Good morning, students. Today we will discuss about change management. Okay, change management. What is change management? Change management is a systematic approach to planning, implementing, and sustaining organizational changes. Okay, there are some changes. What we do for change management? Systematic approach. First one. Second one, approach to planning, implementation, sustaining organization change while minimizing the resistance. I will explain you change management. Okay, when you are small, father got transferred to some other city. They change our school. First few days we'll resist. No, no, it's a new school. No, I don't have friends. I don't want to go. This thing, that thing, like that. That is change. Okay. Then parents will tell, no, no, no. After some time, we'll get habituated. Nothing to worry. Please go. They come with you. They drop you. They make you some friends till you make some friends and get interest to go to school. Same thing when you change the house. New house very difficult to adjust because old house were habituated where to sit, where to eat, and the street people, all the things will resist. Children will resist. New. Same in the organization also. When they change something, okay, when they want to change some process, something like this, employees will resist for change because sometimes employees doesn't want to come out of comfort zone. You understand? They are comfortable present running system. They are very happy. They don't want to come out of comfort zone. So how to bring the change now without resistance? Okay, without resisting the employees, how to bring the change? This is called change management. Okay, so now what type of changes normally happens in organization? Okay, first one is now world is changing, new technologies are coming, so companies want to introduce new technology. For example, new ERPs, artificial intelligence. Okay, company want to introduce new technologies, organization to improve the organizational efficiency. Okay, sometimes second change is organizational restructure. It means, and this group of people will report from now to this man, this manager, like this. Some organizational changes, department work changes, these are all the things. Sometimes two, three company, one, two companies merges. When merged, so resistance will come. I will tell you example. When I was working Hindustan Liver, they merged with Ponds. Ponds came and merged with Hindustan Liver. So Hindustan Liver people working style different, reporting different, standard different. When Ponds people came to Hindustan Liver, they resisted to work this way because they don't have any reporting formats in that company. Very simple daily report. Here Hindustan Liver, so many reports, so many examples, so much training. Okay, these things resisted. So slowly company planned to train them, remove somebody, promoted somebody, all the things. Okay. Suppose company bring new plans, new policies. What policies? Saturday also you have to work before not working, and you have to work on compensatory weekly offs also. This type of policies HR brings. When HR brings, when people are comfortable in the present situation, they don't accept, they resist. Okay. Sometimes companies launch new products. Okay. And salespeople resist. Oh, this product will not sell. There is no market. So many things. Okay. Then cultural change in the organization. Okay. These are different types of changes organization brings. Examples I'm telling. When you go to change management complete chapter, I will give with case studies also how the resistance comes, how companies manage the changes. There is an excellent story called Eagle story. Okay, if you understand the story, you understand what is change management, how Eagle changes himself to adjust the change management. Okay, I will explain you that also. It's called parables of leadership. Okay, now examples of organizational change includes new technologies. We told already, correct? Then, then what happens? The second one is okay, change management. No, why is change management important? Why? Okay, why change management important? So for organizational increase organizational efficiency, organization growth, fastness of working the organization, and many companies bring changes. Okay, Effective change management helps the organizations to reduce the employee resistance, improve the productivity, increase employee engagement, achieve the project, and build a long-term relation and organization capability. They bring new systems to make organization functions effectively very well. Okay, effectively, because now they are using old system. Company world is changing now. World changing, you have to change. For example, take the case of Nokia. Nokia was number one company. Okay, before first phone company, super company. BlackBerry, a super company. When Android came, uh, they refused to adapt Android, and Nokia has got his own system, and BlackBerry got his own system. When they refuse to change, you understand? When refuse, okay, I explained you different types of changes companies bring. This only is for such example. So now, when the companies bring the changes, how they make this to happen? Okay, change management process. Okay, first thing is identify the need for change. Why organization need this change? Find the points why this change required. Maybe point one, declining the sales. They want to do automation from manual working, and government brought new regulations. Okay, and for that we have to change the policies, we have to change the systems, and competition in the market. If competition is growing very well, and competition is using different things, we need to do change. These all things mainly decline in sales, decline in production, and change of marketing activities, tactics, and government regulations and new technologies in the market. Okay, these are all the reasons. Okay, so we have to develop now strategy. When you bring change management, I explain you, employees will refuse to change. Resistance to change will be there. Okay, then it's management policy to explain the strategy. What is change management strategy? It's management duty to explain to the people, present working people. Define the strategy. What for we need this? What for we need this? What are the objectives for this strategy? Objectives for bringing new technology. Scope. What is the scope for strategy? And what timelines we can complete this? How much timelines we need to change this? And what is the budget required for this change? And what are all the required? What are all the risks of this strategy? Okay, all these things we have to define first to explain the employees. Then what to do? Once you define all the things, you need to communicate the change to employees. Okay, how to communicate? The successful leaders, okay, explain why the change is needed, because it has to go in employees brain. Why the change is bringing? This change is bringing for organization goals purpose only, not to trouble the employees. Okay, why change is needed, what will change, benefits of the change, timeline, effective education, communication, and transparent communication, frequent communication, and two-way communication. Okay, I repeat, how to implement the change management, what is important, communicating, what leaders will do, communicating. They explain the employees why change needed, what changes will come in the organization, what benefits employees organization will get with this change, what is the timeline we need to complete the change, then employees expectations about from what, from this, and leaders will give transparent communication two-way. Leaders will explain the employees what is the change, what is change coming to, and uh, workers also can ask management, okay, this is the change you want to bring, this will happen, something. Communication plays very important role in change management. If you don't communicate the employees, how they know what is company is going to do? So it's transparency very important. Okay, okay, we explain the change management in all the employees, policies, all developments, improvements, benefits for organization, employees, all the things we explain. Now what will happen now? You need to train the employees, correct? It's new system coming, they don't know the system, they have to work. Then they have to work, you need first training. Okay, you will select the training part. Okay, this department will have this training, this department will have this training, this training. Okay, decided training. Now what is the resources? Who is the trainer? Are you bringing somebody outsider to train the new system, or what to do? Or leadership will do, or managers first trained, companies will train first managers, then managers will come and train the supervisors and low level employees. Okay, and management has to give support to employees to learn well. They give comfort time to learn, and they cannot force tomorrow morning to implement this timeline. Okay, then these are all called skill management. Okay, skill development for the new technology. Okay, skill development for the new change what they want to bring. Okay, then what happened next? New leadership explained why change needed. What is the benefit for organization? What is the benefit for employees? Timeline, training, and coaching, motivation, everything happened. The next step is what? Implementation. Implementing the change. Management will plan. We will change management, we change the system, we execute according to the plan. While monitoring, okay, leadership will monitor the implementation. They see the progress, they see the employees feedback, they explain them the performance indicators. This is all important to know after changing systems is working or not, employees are half not, and what are the risks with this. So we implemented. Now when implemented, we will find some things, correct, to know what is implemented. So then reinforce the change. Okay, reinforcement is what? Make the change permanent. It's not temporary. You brought the new system, people trained, they got motivated, they got communication, they know what they going to achieve with this. Okay, then for motivating employees, you need to have something for rewarding system. Who learns fast, who understands fast, these are all the things, rewarding desires behaviors. Okay, then monitor the results. What need to monitor when motivated the people? Then updating policies based on the system and based on the problems, risk, advantage you have seen while implementing this change management, you need to update the policies. Then once you start achieving things, people implemented this thing, have small little celebrations. Okay, so that they will get motivated, and they understand they understand that management understood the working style. And finally, main part is continuous improvement. Okay, how to implement on the system, new policies, all the things. This is about change management. So now, what are the common reasons to resist the change? Okay, there are some reasons. I told you, one is comfort zone. Second, they habituated work same system since many years and don't want to go to new system. Okay, now what is the main reason people fear to change management? First of, fearing job loss. If I don't understand new system, maybe they may remove me. Okay, what to do now? That is the reason they resist it. Okay, job fear. Second is lack of understanding. Some people worked 20 years in the same organization. They are working same procedure, same things since 20 years. They don't understand. Something they lack to understand because the desire is not there to learn. And that is the reason they resist the change. And they are comfortable with present process, very comfortable present process. They ask management, why should we change? We are doing same thing. Another very important point in change management is poor communication by leaders. If leaders can't explain them why they are bringing the change, what is required, and day-to-day operations, how to work, what is the improvement will come, how we will face competition in the market, is all communication must be very clear to make employees to understand they are going to benefit with this and organization is going to benefit with this. Okay. Third is leadership is need to create the trust. This new change is very good for company, for good for employees. This all the things they have to create the trust. Okay. Then last but not least, workload. Employees think maybe the new system will bring big work, what to do, how to do. Now I cannot work. These things resist. Okay, these are all the things people fear for the change management, and communication is very important. Plays very important role to implement the change management in any organization. Okay, so now strategies to overcome the resistance. Okay, what strategies? First was involve employees with effective communication, open communication, listen to them, two-way communication, provide training for them for this, enough training, give some time to learn and address the concerns. If any employee comes up, this is not working, this is blocking here, this software is giving problem, all the thing, take the concerns, address the concerns, offer emotional support. Okay, what is motivation? So you are great, you do it, please learn it. If you don't have anything, come to me, I will explain you all the things. Once the implementation started, motivation, communication done, companies has to recognize the achievements, who is implementing properly, who is understanding, and reward them, recognize them, so that what happened, other employees also will understand. Okay, but to do this thing, that thing. Now, what leadership skills required for change management or during the change management? Okay, successful leaders demonstrate while making the change. They demonstrate what they demonstrate: strategic thinking. They explain strategic thinking. This is what we are going to do. Effective communication. They explain employees' communication. They resolve conflict between the employees department. Leadership will solve the problems. Okay, in implementing any change management, decision making. They take right decisions. They adapt the people to work towards change. Okay, team building. They build a team. So to work together to implement new policy very nicely, new change, new technology, anything, and coaching and mentoring. Coaching is not but a special training. They implement this thing. They will do it. Okay. Why change management fails and challenges in change management? Okay. Change management fails mainly poor communication. Poor communication. If they can't explain in detail, poor communication, people don't accept for the change. Then lack of confidence on leader. If employees don't have confidence on leader, who is going to implement this? They don't accept because they don't trust their leader. How can they trust new system? So that is one thing. And if companies don't provide proper training for the new system, how they understand? You force them to implement the system. Suppose you have SAP system in accounting. Previously, accounts are working normally in Excel or some other Tally software, and they need to have proper training in SAP. SAP is very tough software to learn. Okay, if you don't provide proper training, just give them implement. They can't do it. They refuse. Other one is what realistic timings. You leader need to understand leader. This is the thing. Our people skills are this much. They need to develop from here to here. This much time will take. If you give unrealistic timings to learn, people refuse. People refuse to work. Okay. And final one is trust. I told you, trust on leadership. Once they trust their boss, they read implement because they are trusting boss. They know if they don't learn in time, also boss supports them. If they do small mistakes while implementing, and boss supports them. The boss, if you don't have boss support, employees don't take any risk. They don't want to take risk because they may think my boss is finding some reason to remove me. Understand? Communication, leadership, trust. Now, change management conclusion. What is conclusion? Conclusion like first. Why is change management required? How to implement? What skills they need? What training they need to promote? What trust employees need to get? All the things. If everything goes well in timeline, companies can implement change management. Okay. Once we come to the chapter change management, I will give you practical examples of different companies, what they implemented, how the resistance came, how they overcome. Understand? Let us discuss when change management chapter comes. We will discuss in detail. Thank you very much.